Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Fun day. The Lord's Day for some, fun day for others. Whatever it is. I am using up getting to the end of my panic pandemic shopping box. And it's all about chicken today. I had 3 chicken breasts that I got at Wegmans. And they were single chicken breasts, $2.39 a chicken breast. If you get there early, if you get there early in the morning, you can get them as low as $2.05 a chicken breast, sometimes $1.89. If you go during the week a little later in the day, they're going to be $2.39 to $2.79 each. Single chicken breast. All right, so I had 3 of them. So I poached up 2 of them. I had 1 potato, I had 3 carrots left, and some celery I still have. So of course I'm making chicken soup. So I just poached my chicken and added my carrots, celery, onions, and my potato. I chopped up my chicken and threw it in there. And when it came to a boil, then I turned it down. All my vegetables are nice and done. I'm going to throw a little parsley in at the end. I'm going to let it really cook. I've got it on low. In the other chicken breast, I used the spices: paprika, chili powder, salt, pepper, just a little bit, a smidgen of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper, just a little. You don't have to if you don't want to. A little garlic, a little onion powder, and some ground cumin. And I have my chicken and rice right there. I took a tablespoon of olive oil. I don't know, sometimes rice calls for if you want olive oil or whatever. I seared my chicken on both sides with the spices. 1 chicken breast. I just took my paprika, chili powder, garlic, onion, and just got that into the oil in the pan. And then I barely had a cup of rice left to use, so I used that up and I deglazed my pan. I just took my chicken out, put it on a plate. 4 minutes on each side. If you have bigger chicken breasts or bigger chicken thighs, just do about 6 minutes, I guess. And you don't want to really cook it all the way through, but just give it a good sear to lock in the flavor and get it a little cooked around the sides. And then flip it, do the same. Then take it out, put it in a pan, add your rice, deglaze your pan, add your spices. I added to my rice chili powder, paprika, ground cinnamon, and ground turmeric, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of cumin, and I had some annatto seeds. I had 1 left at the bottom of my jar. And so I let that melt in the oil, and then that just colored my rice and gave it a beautiful flavor. And you just let it cook a little bit longer, about 20 minutes. I'm going to fluff this. I'm in the process still. So a little chicken and rice. And because my electric stove, this one is a runaway burner, I can't even keep it on simmer. It will just boil the bejiggers out of it, right? And I'm just keeping this on. I'm trying to find my simmer on that one. I have a little bit of chicken broth, low sodium, added to that. And a little bit, so what I used is my low sodium chicken from Tops and my low sodium chicken from Wegmans. And I used a little bit of no salt added tomato. Over here I did a no cook pasta, macaroni and cheese. And it's just, I've done the no cook ones before, but it's just not coming together the way I want it to. So I decided to add some pulled chicken to it, give it some flavor. What I mean by that, it just doesn't have the flavor the other ones do. And they have a lot of cheese. So it calls for a whole pound of elbows or small macaroni, right? And 3 cups of extra cheddar and 1 cup of American or Velveeta or American cheese. I really don't like I know everybody's like, the Velveeta is what makes it work. It is. The Velveeta is great. And evaporated milk. So I used evaporated milk, 2% milk, 2.5 cups of 2% milk, 2.5 cups 2.5 cups of 2% milk I used. And I am using my same spatula here. 2.5 cups of 2% milk. Right? 3 cups of extra sharp cheddar. And 1 can of evaporated 12-ounce evaporated milk. And you put it all in here and you let it cook on low for an hour and a half. And that 1 cup of American cheese that I didn't have. So I used cream cheese because I've done tons of recipes with cream cheese and macaroni and cheese. So I used 4 ounces of cream cheese. So this has 4 ounces of cream cheese. I used what cheese I had. Macaroni and cheese is macaroni and cheese. And then I added all my spices that I just added to my rice. Paprika, chili powder, cumin, garlic, onion, a little bit of French's mustard, cream cheese, evaporated milk, 2% milk. And it calls for 1/4 cup of butter. I was trying to hold back the butter, but I was trying to not use 2.5 cups of milk. It really needs it. Okay, and then I used a little bit of the no salt sauce in it with just a little bit of cinnamon. If you have nutmeg, use nutmeg. You don't need it, but I like it. And the trick to this is it's not something you can dump in the slow cooker and go out and come back. It's not like one of those custard ones where you cook the pasta up first. You really got to have just enough liquid to cover your pasta, and you got to stop every 30 minutes and stir it. You really got to stir it. And then if you see about half an hour from it being done, it will start to, it'll seem like the macaroni is chewy. It's not. You just got to remember to keep flattening out your pasta and making sure it gets right underneath the liquid after you stir it. If not, add some more liquid, but not too much or you'll get goopy pasta. So I added 1/2 of a chicken breast in here with some sauce. I added a little bit of sugar to my sauce, and my chili powder and my paprika and just everything you would put in chili but the beans, right? Chicken. Ooh, here's my chicken. That's really good. So I'd say 3 hours on low. And I didn't put any salt in it, but the cheese, because you don't need it. But if you wanted to at the end, you could take some butter and breadcrumbs, and you could. You don't have to put the chicken in it. You don't have to put the sauce in it. You don't have to put the chili powder in it. I'm just trying to get rid of a lot of spices and things that I have. So I made chicken soup. It's still not coming to a boil. Everything in my house is crooked here on my stove. If I turn this front burner on, it's going to burn everything. My back burner never comes to a boil. I live in a crooked house, so my stove leans this way. Everything leans to the right here. Everything in my crock pot leans to the left. I'm in a slanted house. So I'm just going to call this my crooked cooking video. So I have 3 things. I have chicken and rice. I have chicken soup. I might cook up a little bit of my star pasta on the side and put it over my soup. I might not. I might add a bay leaf to that. That would be nice. I should have done that. I don't know what I'm going to do with my sauce shop. I'm saving that because I am going to make myself an egg omelet. And all of that's going to get packaged up in little containers, go into my freezer for meal prep for the week. So I've got a little bit of rice. I've got a little bit of chicken. I got soup that I can play with. And chicken soup, right? And I got a sauce that I'm going to do something with. And macaroni and cheese with a little chicken in it. It's all got a Mexicana kind of feel. I don't know, woke up feeling like something a little Latina flavor, yummy, right? So I don't mind saying that occasionally I will use Goya, what's it called? think it's called Anchiote, the Anchiote, the smoke flavor seasoning packet. And over the pandemic, I did buy Goya low sodium chicken and beef broth. And I did buy the little flavor packets with the jalapeno or the Anchiote flavoring in it. And I think it's a good thing to have on hand because I don't know really how to explain this, but I found that my canned goods went quicker than they should have. Like, and I hope somebody does, and flour. I mean, I did. I grabbed like 2 or 3 flours because I always make bread or stromboli or my own pizza or whatever. And I was going to be making cookies over the holiday, and I thought I was going to bake over Easter. That didn't happen. And you really got to store your flour, never mind flour bugs. It just doesn't last. So there's a great video out there, Living on a Dime, Growing Rich, with Tara and Jill, mother and daughter, and Tara's husband Mike, that sometimes is in the videos, where they talk about prepping and how to store things. And I'm so glad I saw their video on how long does flour last, because I thought my flour is really going to be good for a long time. No. So I got into my pandemic box. If you started collecting around 2020, believe me, some of those cans are going to say done 2021. Some of them are going to say 2022. If you live upstairs like I do, and your house got up to 70, like I'm at 73 degrees now, and I catch all the sun, if you didn't put it in a dry, cool place, some of those cans, when you open them up, you'll be pouring it out, it'd be kind of warm. Not good. Over Lent, I bought some albacore tuna cans, like 6 of them on sale. And a lot of them, like 3 of them, said they were only good until, I just got into them. They said they were only good until June 2022. And I was like, because I know it gets really warm up here. I get a lot of humidity, warm, even when I have the air conditioning on. So my next hobby, my goal today was to get into all my pandemic food, canned goods. Check out the expiration dates and start cooking them up into something that I could freeze. And I'd have to say, I think it's better to go with the packets sometimes of those bouillon things or condensed, because I don't know what it is or why it is, but it seems like the canned goods have a lighter kind of tin or aluminum. I think it's the packaging. So I noticed this with coffee tins. You used to be able to use a coffee tin to make bread in the oven. You could take the paper off your coffee container, scrub it up, butter up or spray up your inside of your coffee tin, and like make your dough rise, and then put it in the oven, and you had this big loaf of bread, right? The little ripples in it from the can. It was so cool. Now, all these cans that are like $4.99 for a can of coffee at Wegmans, it's like paper. So if you take the paper off, it's soft. And it's supposed to be aluminum. I don't know what it is. And I'm convinced it's not the food that there's anything wrong with. It's the packaging. It's cheaper packaging. So I was going to make bread, but I wouldn't dare try to make bread in any of the coffee tins that are out there. I mean, you really need the heavy duty ones. I guess you could line it with heavy duty foil. But I think that's the situation with some of the canned goods we're buying. They're just not as sturdy or as vacuum packed as we think. I don't know. That's my only guess. So is my chicken done? That's what I'm looking for. I've had it on off though, so I'm looking for, I know it's done, but I'm gonna just try it out. Get my little instant reader in there. So I'm going for 165. And I've had my burner off now. 120. It's moving up. Let me get the whole thing in there. Yeah, it's good. It's gonna go right on up. Letting it sit for 10 minutes. Chicken and rice. Are you boiling it? Come on, I want it to simmer. Just simmer. Simmer, I say, simmer. This recipe, I think my favorite recipe is Trisha Yearwood's, which is more like a southern one that you can actually leave the house. Don't open it. 3 hours later, done and yum. And it's more like a custard. It's got eggs in it, evaporated milk, cheese, and milk. And you cook your macaroni first. The ones that are uncooked, I think I've said this, but I'll say it again. The ones that you're using uncooked will call for either American cheese or Velveeta or cream cheese or sour cream or something like that, butter, milk, and your cheese. But you really got to babysit them. That's my point. Okay, so that's done. Done. I'm going to scoop out my... So anyways, that's my question to everyone about these canned goods. Like, this looks like heavy duty, right? But when I poured it out, it was really warm. These look heavy duty. They're lighter than, Wegmans is lighter than Tops. The Aldi's ones were really light. And this was the chicken breast, $2.39. So 3 of them. So 2 poached. Part of that chicken in there. 1 on the chicken and rice. Making it stretch. I don't know what I'm doing with my sauce yet. My tomatoes. I have no idea. But being that I'm Italian, I'll think of something. Right? Tomatoes. Oh, what can I do on Sunday with some tomato sauce? I don't know. Gee, I don't know. I wonder what I can do. Okay, that's my video. That's my share. Are we at temperature yet? Yes, we are. I knew we were, just in case. I want to stab anybody with that. I'm going to clean up on my pan so I can make myself a nice egg. It's 10:30 in the morning, and so far I got soup, chicken and rice, and macaroni and cheese with chicken and a whole lot of chili in it, and yummy. So you can add Rotel to it if you wanted to. I have a can of Rotel. That's what I'm talking about. I have a can of Rotel. It says it was good until this April. I know I could have used it, but I just don't trust it. So I tossed it out. Somebody in the garbage will be happy to get it. We got people that definitely dive the dumpsters. They will be in heaven. Because, oh my God. She dumped out a soup and a... Yeah. I know that you can keep perishables. I know. And I mean non-perishables in cans longer than they say the best by date. But if that liquid is getting warm and it's chicken broth, no. If those tomatoes, I mean the can looks fine. I shot it in the garbage. I'll show it to you. I can't tell if it looks like it's bulging or not. I think it says April. Yeah. I don't know. I'm so betwixt and between about this. April 2022. It's August tomorrow. I mean, it doesn't look like it's bulging. I'm so perplexed about this. Somebody get back to me. Let me know. I'll just leave it there. Throw it out or use it in a recipe because I wanted to put it in my chicken and macaroni and cheese. I'm also tossing out my olive oil and my vegetable oil because it says, ooh, there's cat hair on that. Because it says, yeah, that you got to go by, what a waste. But you got to go by, if you know you stored it in the kitchen where it got really hot by your stove, it's no good. You could tell with oil because it'll get rancid. It's just me here. I do a lot of cooking, but not enough to use up that amount of oil, which I never buy the big oils because it's just me. And even though I do a lot of cooking, I don't want anything to go bad. So to keep a big oil open, I'm rearranging my spices. So yeah, if anybody knows about oil, I mean, I know, I can smell, I have a good nose. So if it's starting to smell a little off, it's starting to smell a little like wine instead of oil, I throw it away. But it's such a waste when you have those big containers. Oh, good. I can definitely fluff it now. Oh, all my forks went too. Yeah. I'm gonna fluff this rice. Time to fluff, 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 fluff. Beautiful. I find if you try to fluff your rice too soon, it's just not good. Gotta let it sit. Okay, so I told you about the rice. I put the turmeric. I cooked it with a little bit of the chicken broth and water to make 2 cups. I had my oil in it from the chicken. Kind of deglazed the pan with a little bit of brown from the chicken. A little flavor. Yummy. I just added some chicken broth and some water to it. My neighbors are probably like, what the f are you doing up there, girl? What's Mama doing up there now? Making you all hungry down there, huh? They'll be calling their takeout place any minute. Funny. Alright, so now it looks like a whole lot of rice, right? Because it is. Barely a whole cup. There's plenty for me. And my neighbor. I'm going to give some to my neighbor. She loves yellow rice. The reason I buy one of the, I call them the fake yellow rice. Vigilia or whatever. They're already yellow. Because if I didn't have all the spices or the chicken broth, you know, I don't find a problem with using the seasoning packet. I just think the seasoning packets are nice. They don't go as bad if they don't turn rock hard. Even if they do turn hard, they're not spoiled. But I'm just so perplexed about some of my canned goods that... And that's the other thing, when you're buying your canned goods, don't just trust that people are rotating them on the shelf, because they're not. They're not. Try to go for the cans that you got more time. But I wanted to get through my pandemic box. It's gone. It's gone. Somebody tell me, April 2021 mild hotel. Is it still good? Is it still good? I don't know. Alright. Time to drink my water, vacuum, and dust. So I have all my little accessories out in my vacuum cleaner because it's time to vacuum every day. If you have an aminal, if you have a fur bomb, a moving fur bomb, like I call my cat, Dustin, I think he sheds day and night. He never stops. I just brushed him yesterday. Huge amounts of hair coming off of him. Oh, but he's a sweetie. He's sleeping in the other room. I should go look at him. He likes to get in the videos. Yep. Dustin's an old man now. Be 11 in March. Let's see, Justin. Say hello to everybody. Say hello. Oh, I don't know. I don't think you eat enough. I don't think you eat enough. Hi. Kisses. Thank you. Kisses. 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 No? Oh, I see you going with that paw. Okay, so I'm watching Valerie Bertinelli cooking. Ooh, she's making me hungry. Alright, so happy Sunday. That's my cooking share. Macaroni and cheese in a slow cooker. Done. Chicken and rice done. Chicken soup done. 3 chicken breasts. Used up 2 cans of my chicken bouillon, low sodium. A cup of my no salt added tomato sauce. I used up some paprika, some chili powder, some garlic powder, some onion powder. Honestly, when I make chicken and rice, I do put the onion in it, and that gives it more liquid, and I don't have to add as much liquid, but this time I didn't. I used up a good portion of an onion. I saved back some of it for my celery with some tuna salad I'm going to make. I used up all my beans. I made split pea and ham soup yesterday. I soaked my split peas overnight, and I cooked that in the slow cooker all day, and it came out delicious. So 2 potatoes for 74 cents. I used 1 potato in my split pea soup and 1 potato in my chicken soup. Done. Okay, I'm going to go finish knitting now and vacuuming and dusting and cleaning my kitchen. Take care, everyone. That's my Sunday cooking share. Bye. Peace.